Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. How are you doing this evening? Thank you so much for tuning in with me tonight and being here. I much appreciate that. Today has been a really kind of crazy day for me, and it's just been kind of on the go, no rest. It's just been a crazy, crazy day. I'm feeling the fire that's in the energy right now that's pushing us to do what we need to do to get onto path and to keep moving forward. So as I sat down to think about a subject to talk about, one of the things that kept coming up and something that I've actually been kind of um, dealing with a little bit today is that energetic connection that we have between people. And if you have listened to my shows in the past, you'll know that, I've talked about us being a spirit, a soul within a human body. And everything that we do, everything around us is energy. And that's no different with communication, anything else that we do on a daily basis. Everything is made up of energy. So have you ever had a time when you're thinking about someone and then the phone rings and it happens to be them and you think, wow, I was just thinking about you, or I was just going to pick up the phone to call you, right? That's that energetic connection that we have between soul to soul. It happens all the time, all around us, whether or not you're really aware of it or not, is a whole nother factor. But that energetic connection is there. You walk into a room and you get the feeling of people in the room, or someone comes up to you in a group of strangers. Maybe you're at a connections meeting and you're in this entire room full of people that you don't even know, and someone walks up to you and introduces themselves. You automatically get a feeling about them. You know nothing about this person, yet you're getting all these signals, right? So it's your little soul's antennas going up, going, not sure about this person, or this is going to be a really fantastic personality that I'm going to gel with, and maybe not so much with this person, right? These are all energetic ways that we communicate. Another way is, when you're communicating with a friend or a family member or a spouse, and the look on the face, or sometimes you'll just get a feeling about something. You'll be having a conversation and you'll think, whoa, wait a minute, what's going on here? I feel very triggered, or I feel very upset about something, or wow, I feel giddy and happy. All of those are energetic connections that person is giving off at that moment in time, and you are feeling it, you are receiving it, regardless of whether or not anybody has spoken a word. So here's something really interesting. So, just by me talking to you about all of these things, everything that we do is energetic, is telepathic. We can make conversation with somebody without even saying a word, by the way we stand, by the facial expressions, by the structures. Someone with their arms crossed in a room is like blocking you out. They are not hearing a word you're saying. And you don't have to say a word to know that, because it's the expression that they give. So it's very interesting. I've done this a couple of times, and I'll be driving home from work and I'll think, oh, wow, it would be really great if we could get Chinese takeout. So I'm thinking, to my husband, call for Chinese takeout, call for Chinese takeout, call for Chinese takeout, right? Sending those little messages to him. And lo and behold, when I get home, he'll say, hey, I was thinking about getting Chinese takeout. What do you think about that? It's very interesting how you can communicate because it's all through energy. And it's what we used to do before we incarnated into this life, right? So play with that, not in a in a mean, malicious way, but in, in a genuine way. You can see that we communicate all the time without having to use words. And you don't have to be a medium or a psychic to be able to do this. We all have this capacity, and we all have this ability. Um, so it's very interesting. So take note next time you're in a group of people, or you are communicating with a friend or your spouse or your kids, take note at the energy that you're giving off, because it could throw a person off if you're giving off the wrong kind of energy. Even though the words may say something completely different, be in awareness of how your energy is, of the stance of your body, and what that is doing, because it makes all the difference in the world when you're communicating. It is a big communication factor. So try that. And try the telepathic mode with somebody that you know and watch how that works. It's pretty fascinating. So there is your tip for the day. Telepathic communication. Oh, all right. Right now we are going to go to the phone lines. We have Jamie in Massachusetts. Good evening, Jamie, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hi,
Hi, how are you this evening?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm good.
Good,
What can I do for you
good.
this evening?
I just want to know how my life is gonna be lately because I've been dealing with a lot of grief, a lot of losses.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
just lost my kid's father 15 days ago, and then I lost my dad December 30th, and I'm dealing with that, and also just financially, my life. I don't
Right.
have an income and stuff.
Right.
And also,
Okay.
am I going to find a place to live? I'm being evicted.
Okay.
Not
Oh
because I
man.
didn't pay rent or anything, because the landlord sold the building and the new landlord bought it, and they want everybody to move. So
Right.
I
Okay.
got a lot of stuff
Wow.
going
First
on.
off, I want to say I'm so sorry for your loss. It's really hard to lose a loved one, but then when you kind of get them back to back, it's really tough to deal with that. So my heart and my soul goes out to you right now.
Thank
Let
you.
me just take a few moments here and let me find out what your loved ones are wanting you to know, okay? And there's going to be just a little bit of
Okay.
silence here, so as I tune in, but I'll be right back with you, okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Andre, come here. Can't put the phone on.
Okay. Okay. All right, Jamie. So, wow, okay, there was a lot of information coming into me all at once, so I'm going to try to slow it down here and see if I can give it to you in little chunks here.
Okay.
First off, yes, as far as your housing, as your housing goes, yes, you're going to be finding something, but they're showing me that you're going to be um, that you're probably going to be staying with some friends or some family for a little bit. They're showing me that you're
Yeah.
a very proud person, and you don't like to ask for help very much. Um, and so this is really the time that you kind of need to lean on your support during this time, not only for, you know, for what you're going through on your personal level, but just all the grief that you're going through as well. Um, Reaching out and being able to talk about it with somebody, and I'm not saying, a counselor, although that would be helpful, but even just finding somebody in your inner circle to kind of talk to kind of bring things to the surface and be able to do a healthy grieving process through this whole thing, because you haven't really had a time to sit and really take this in and to grieve. Um, and so being able to do that is going to release a lot and kind of bring you back into center where you can think a little bit more clearly. Okay. I do see that you're going to find a place, um, but they're just showing me that the timing of it, from the time where you're leaving your old place till the time you get the new place, there might be just a little bit of um, uh, sorry, I'm trying. There's going to be a little bit of space. It's not going to be for very long, though. Okay. Something's going to come around pretty quickly. But until then, take comfort in knowing that there's people out there who are willing to give you a helping hand through this. Okay. And
Okay.
try to be okay with, in a lack of better terms, swallowing your pride a little bit and saying, okay, this is what I need to do just for a little bit, right? Um, and look at it from a different perspective, right? If they were coming to you and saying, wow, I could use some help right now, you would be the first person to jump and say, absolutely, tell me what I can do to help, right? Because everybody wants to help. Everybody wants to have that sense of giving back. And so for your friends and family who are going to be helping during this time, this is a way of helping give back, okay? And you just need to be open and willing to receive that help. That's the biggest piece of this, okay? Um, as far as the job goes, they're showing me that you are looking to do something completely different, a completely different avenue than what you were doing previously for work. Um, are you thinking about going back to school, or it feels like there's a component of training or school or
Yes.
something?
Yes. 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 So that's what I'm doing right now.
Okay, okay. Because they're showing me there's this training module, there's this training piece where you are looking to kind of change your skill set. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna help you a lot. That's gonna give
Yeah.
you some advantages over some of the
Yeah.
others who may be applying for similar positions that you're applying for.
Good.
Um, I'm also being shown that you're kind of hesitant to apply for positions that you're training for right now. Are you kind of hesitating a little bit because you think,
Well,
oh, I can't do that
I
because
haven't
I'm
worked. I
training?
haven't worked in a while. I was working disability,
Okay.
and I'm
So,
trying to get it turned back on. I'm just
okay.
wondering. It's supposed to get turned back on.
Okay. So when
I'm
you're
just
out there
wondering will
looking
it
for
get
a
turned back on?
okay. So when you're out there looking for a job, don't be hesitant to sign up for those jobs that you're actually doing the training for right now. Okay?
I'm not
because,
looking
oh,
for the training that I'm doing is for my mental health.
okay. So it doesn't have to do with what you're training to do for a job?
No, it's just mental health groups for my mental health, my disability, my I'm sorry, for my depression and just my grief and for my anxiety and for my disorder for my sobriety.
Okay, good, good. Okay, okay. Um, I just see that there is something else with your job or this job that's going to be coming up where you're going to be doing some training or uh, some new skill sets. And so your your guides are just letting you know that just because you're doing this training doesn't mean you can't apply for those jobs, because a lot of times employers are understanding, especially in the world that we're living in right now, that people are retraining. They're going into completely different fields than they were before. And so they're okay with people going back to school and still getting hired for these jobs. And that's what I'm seeing for you. Okay.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Okay. Um, because I see as you're doing this training, you're actually going to get hired for a job with that skill set. Okay. So it's going to be kind of going hand in hand.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I
Perfect.
wanted to know, is my loved ones okay?
Yes, they are absolutely okay. Um, there's no more pain and suffering. They're showing me that it's everything has been lifted. Um, everything has been released. They're not in that pain body anymore. So absolutely, they are doing fantastic. Um, they want you to know that you don't need to worry about them, because they are doing great. Uh,
Because I'm worried
they've
about
been
if my dad made it to heaven or not. He didn't believe in God and stuff. And my
he
father was like very stubborn, and when he passed away, his machine was going off like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. He had help. He had a lot of loved ones and angels there helping him cross over. So he is in a good spot. Um, a lot of times, especially when we are here on earth and maybe we don't believe in a religion or we don't believe in some type of a God, it doesn't mean that we don't cross over. Okay. So just know in your heart that he has crossed over and he is safe and he's very happy. He's so much happier than what
Okay.
he was here in this earthly realm. So if you can even take a little piece of that as comfort,
Yeah.
during this process, that will help.
Okay. Now, my kid's father also, like, is he okay? And with crossing over and with my son, did he say anything about like my son?
Yes, he has. He was a little bit of a stubborn one as well, wasn't he?
He was stubborn.
Yeah, I can see that. He's showing me that. Um, it's funny. He's showing me that kind of in the same way as your dad, that he really didn't believe in life after death, right? He didn't believe really in the other side. And he's seeing now, he's showing me that he was like, um, I had, there's so much that I didn't know. There's so much that I didn't understand. And now that I'm over on the other side, I do understand.
Yes.
He's saying, don't worry about your son.
Yeah.
Don't worry
And
about
just
him.
don't worry about
Yeah.
my son.
Yeah. Don't worry about him, he says. He's okay. He's going to be fine.
Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. You're so welcome. Have a great evening.
You too. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, as we get another person lined up on the phone. Um, oh, we do have a one person on the phone lined up. All right, Lindy in Australia. Lindy, good evening. Welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. Very good.
Good, good. What can we do for you this evening?
Sorry? Oh, whatever
What
you
can
want
we
to do.
what can we do? Yeah, what question do you have tonight?
Oh, okay. Am I going to move?
Okay. Let me tune in here really quick, and there's just going to be a little bit of silence here as I check in to see what they have to say, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Um the the first thing I got was your guides all jumping up and down and going, "Woohoo, we're moving, we're moving." Um they're pretty excited about a move
I have my dog
um
barking.
for you. Yeah. Are you,
Yeah?
because they're
I
showing
haven't got
me,
plans,
okay.
but not definite ones.
Well, they're showing me that you might be moving a distance away, like you're moving maybe out of your community somewhere else.
Oh, okay. Um, is there a reason why?
They're saying greener pastures, more opportunity.
Oh, oh,
Um,
opportunity for.
they're showing me an opportunity for um, they just keep saying different community, a new community. So opportunity um, to meet new people, to
Okay.
grow within yourself. Because what they're
Yeah.
showing me right now is that you're feeling a little stagnant, a little bit
Yeah.
confined. And by
A little
moving
bit what,
and
sorry?
refreshing, I'm sorry?
Oh, keep going. It's okay.
Yeah, by moving and kind of changing up your environment, it's going to give you uh, a better sense of who you are, and allow yourself to grow and to change. Um,
Okay. So
I,
do I have to instigate this move?
they're they're showing me that you won't necessarily have to instigate it. You're going to get inspiration. There's going to be
Okay.
a conversation. There's going to be something that you see, and you're just going to know. You're just going to instinctively know, this is where I need to go. This is where I need to be. And then from that point, of course, you instigate it, right? Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm trying to see if they can show me a little bit about where that is, what it's like. I they're showing me like openness, expansiveness. So maybe in a community that has a little bit more land, maybe to it, a little bit of more elbow room, an openness.
Yeah.
They're telling me a place that you can spread your wings, essentially, is what they're telling me.
Okay. Will I have family there? Like my children or?
Hang on. No, they're showing me that this is going to be a completely new adventure for you. Like it's like starting over, like pressing the reset button. So they're showing me that you aren't really going to know anybody in this community.
Nobody.
It's Yeah, it's really about
It's
taking
so not
steps
me.
to, what's that?
It's so not me.
Oh, that's why they're saying this is like a huge
I'm kind of
growth.
a baby.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is why they're saying this is a huge growth, expansiveness for you. It's going to be a completely new chapter in your life. It feels very exciting.
Is it? Oh. It feels. Oh. Okay. I don't know what to say to it. Okay.
Just, you know what? Just sit with that for a little bit, okay? I know that might sound kind of like a shock because it's so unlike you, but they're showing me that that's exactly what you need. So just sit with that for a little bit and see how that feels over the next coming, few weeks, couple of months.
Okay.
I don't see this happening right
it-
away, like, maybe a couple of
no.
months.
Oh, that's not very long.
It's
So that's soon.
It could happen that fast. But
Okay.
what they're showing me is it's going to take that long for you to kind of wrap your head around it, essentially, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And then where it goes from there, um, it's going to take a little bit more time at that point to get it all kind of aligned up. So something probably I'm feeling they're kind of showing me, and time is very elusive. Time's very elusive when it comes to the other side. But it looks like it's more like, actually making a move, more like September, October, something like that. I think we lost Lindy. We are down for the last few seconds of our show anyway. Thank you, Lindy, so much for calling in, and I hope that does help you. Thank you, Gall, for tuning in with me tonight. You can catch me over on my Facebook pages at Julie YeagerWalker Medium and Your Time to Shine, or over on my website at www.wingsofsoulswithjulie.com. It's a full moon this weekend. Get ready for it. It's going to be powerful. Hope you all have a wonderful week, and we'll see you again next week.